Hi, I'm BryCox with BryCoxWORKSHOPS.com, and today's question is on sales, particularly on projection. So I'm a big believer in projection. In fact, I wrote this edition of this sales book actually was in 2007, so quite a few years ago, and I was a big advocate of projection, meaning using a projector to sell, and still a lot of photographers, I think, don't use a projector, and they just put it online or something, or give people proofs. But the nice thing about a projector, one, is that you can get the image as big as the person may want to buy it. And people are always concerned about size. They don't want it too big, they don't want it too small. And when you tell them in inches, you say, oh, this would be a 16 by 20. They have no idea what size that is. It doesn't fathom mentally, right? People can't imagine it. So having it on a projector and say, here is your family, this size. And they go, oh, well, let's see it bigger, let's see it smaller. And it really helps a lot in getting people the right size, exactly what they want. So the question I had specifically was on what kind of software I recommend or use for my sales. And this comes because, well, there is a particular line of software that is sold at conventions and at trade shows, and it's kind of expensive, and it requires a monthly service subscription, and people want to know, is it worth it? And honestly, I've never used it. I actually demoed it really, really early in the early years, and I think they've fixed a lot of things I didn't like about it in the early years, but still, I've never gone back to it because I don't see the need to have any kind of fancy software. All you need is a program that'll get your picture big on the screen and not have any tools or any junk or any little gobbledygook and stuff. You just want just the picture and maybe a rating, if at all possible. And that's really kind of basically it. Because if you go through my presentation here, all we're doing really is going through. I say, this is my favorite, this is my favorite. Maybe they mark a favorite, they want a different favorite. We want to sort those together, right? All I want to do is be able to hit a key, mark some of those as favorites, and then sort those together and look at maybe just those again one last time. And it doesn't take any kind of fancy software. So what do I use? I mean, you can use a program like Bridge. If you have Photoshop, obviously you have Bridge. Bridge comes with Photoshop. And what I do is I have a workspace. You can make custom workspaces. I make one. You can make one just for sales so that your thumbnails are big. You can get rid of all the other side windows, get rid of everything, close every single thing you can, and just make a big window of thumbnails. And then when you hit enter, or double click it rather, it'll go full screen, and then you can hit, or spacebar I guess is full screen, and then you can go side to side, and then one last thing you want to be able to do is zoom in and zoom out. There was another software sales program that came out that's kind of gone away now that wouldn't allow you to zoom in on faces. And this is such a crucial thing, because the whole idea is getting it on a projector is be able to see everyone's faces. You want to see everyone's faces and zoom in. They're like, but what about Susie's eyes? She looks like she's squinting. No, let's look at her. We zoom in and we go, nope, she's not at all. Because here's the thing with the projector. There's only so many dots, right? And your photo has a lot more dots, a lot more pixels. And when that gets kind of crunched down, a lot of times small details like eyes kind of get averaged out into fewer dots. So we need to be able to zoom in and just make sure that people aren't blinking and things like that. So yeah, I don't use any fancy software. I don't buy anything fancy for that. And I don't do anything fancy. I just have a measuring tape, a projector screen, and just a really simple software like Bridge. Okay, if you have any questions for me on photography, lighting, gear, the business of photography, send them to me. My website is BryCox, BryCox, workshops.com. And until next time, America.